Hello and welcome everyone to one of our main events here at USQuadball Cup. This is the D1 Collegiate Finals between Harvard and UTSA, and we are about to do the starting lineups.
Both these teams had to make a long, hard fight to get here, and both teams actually dropped a game in pool play before running all the way through the bracket. UTSA losing to Rutgers yesterday, and Harvard losing to UVA, but both of them won all the way through the bracket to make it here to the finals. UTSA coming through the round of 12, actually not even securing that bye.
Yep, UTSA has an extra game so far today, and both of those teams who got win over these teams yesterday, both got eliminated in the quarterfinals, both UVA and Rutgers.
Yeah, and the route that UTSA had to take to get here was truly insane. Going through the favorite coming in Creighton, as well as the Great Lakes champions in Michigan, meant for a really hard route for UTSA, making huge catches to secure the game in both.
They also had a win against the West Regional champion Cal yesterday, and again, that only dropped game was to the Northeast Regional champion Rutgers. They've seen just about everyone.
And we're doing starting lineups now here on the field.
That was your starting lineup for Harvard, coached by Ethan Sturm, Lulu Shu, and Max Havlin.
Next up, the thing we're about to get underway with the UTSA lineups.
Imagine being smart and good at Quidditch. Standing game. The UTSA Roadrunners. Number 5, Wiley Morgan. Number 9, Matthew Blackwood. Shaker. Number 6, Jay Stewart. Number 10, Ian. Number 19, Alyssa Diallo. Number 21, Christian Gorton. Number 13, Taylor Robinson. Number 14, Joey. Number 28, Oscar Castillo. Number 45, Austin Watson. Number 69, Willow Serrano. And number 77, Wyatt Ross. Number 0, Joseph Arduino. Number 2, Kyle White. Number 7, Tarish Kina. Number 8, Sequoia Arusa. Number 17, Ladley Hahn. Number 18, Andy Deadman. And number 23, Elena.
Those are the starting lineups for this D1 Collegiate Championship game. Harvard and UTSA are both first timers when it comes to participating in the championship game, never mind having a title. So someone new will go home with it, although a new region will not win it. It will either go back to the Northeast or the Southwest.
Yeah, and these are two absolutely star-studded lineups here. For UTSA, you got Jay Stewart, Matthew Blackwood, and Milena Sosa all on the National Team Developmental Academy. And for Harvard, you have Leo Freed and Jessica Lee on the DA. So two teams that have a lot of star power here.
Yep, you can tell what got these college teams through to the finals. Harvard in their semifinal in an absolute nail biter against Sam Houston. Leo Freed put the team on his back, needing a few goals to go to secure Harvard's spot here. And UTSA knocked off the favorites of this tournament, Creighton, in the corners before going through the Great Lakes Regional Champions, as you said, Michigan, in the semis.
And both of those games were won on snitch catches, or flag catches, but by different players. Player coach Christian Cortez caught against Creighton, and regular starting seeker Jay Stewart was the one who caught against Michigan.
Meanwhile, Leo Freed, another star seeker in this game, seeks for Harvard. Our head referee is going to be Andrew Canto. And as these two teams talk about their strategy here, we'll talk a little bit about these two teams. Harvard University runs their program through Leo Freed and Felix Bulwa. They rely on their beaters to create space, but when it comes to offense, while all of their team can ball handle, Bulwa and Freed really set the tone.
Defensively speaking, they tend to run a 2-2 zone, as does UTSA. They bringing two chasers high, or depending on the team, sometimes a chaser and a keeper high, while keeping two on the hoops and allowing their beaters to roam and make beats as necessary.
Meanwhile, Jay Stewart and Matt Blackwood, the Team USA Developmental Academy players, are really the spark that gets UTSA going.
Considered by many to be the best on quad ball duo in the sport, they are really an exciting team to watch.
So as we get underway here, UTSA is going to start with dodgeball control. Harvard will start with quad ball. We have here Javier Tijerina in, as well as Kyle Bryant beating for UTSA. Jay Stewart starting the white headbands for UTSA. I'll see if I can get the other numbers here in a minute. Uh, Meanwhile, Harvard's starting line not quite out there yet. Starts with Anna Blanchfield and Leo Freed, along with Mac Mertens, Niels Mertens, and then at beater Jessica Lee and David Chen.
The remainder of the starting lineup for UTSA is Emmy Govia, number 12, as well as Matthew Blackwood, number 9, and Milena Sosa.
So all 5 DA members are starters here in this game, as you might expect. And we're just waiting on Andrew Canto to get this D1 collegiate final underway.
Asking the teams, are they ready? We're ready to start this U.S. collegiate final.
Canto putting on the shades. And we're off. Freed, content to keep it slow here. Harvard's going to go to work against UTSA's beaters and see if they can't win control against Tijerina and Bryant. Freed directing traffic. Goes up top to Blanchfield. Mac Mertens deep side left in the green headband. Niels Mertens near side corner. Blanchfield just dancing, gets it to Mac Mertens. Marked by Goivea. Back to Freed. Going to be marked by Blackwood here in the green headband. Freed goes around the corner. Blackwood still in front. Freed rips it to Mac Mertens. Mac Mertens up high. Niels Mertens catches it. Gets it to Freed. Freed drives, scores over Blackwood's head. Harvard successful on their first attempt, 1-0.
And their beaters were able to take control during that possession as well, taking an early dominant step in this game.
Similar to how they started their game against SHSU in the semifinals, Harvard jumped out to an early lead in that one. We'll see if they can do the same here or if UTSA can respond in kind. Stewart receives the pass from Blackwood. Oh, aggressive beat from David Chen. It was called blocked, but Chen still is able to force a press here. Oh, Mertens gets absolutely fooled by Stewart. He can't hit the shot. Goivea does get to it before it goes out of bounds. Niels Mertens now on defense. Oh, and Blackwood is beat out. Good stop there for Harvard. Mertens wants to run, and Mertens is going to slow it up. He has control. Chen and Lee able to get in front of Mertens here. Blanchfield to up top. It goes to her. Freed is the right side option. Niels Mertens deep side corner. Freed up top. Blackwood going to mark him. Can't be beat in the zone. Blanchfield now with it up at the top. Drives. Mertens. Right back to Blanchfield. Takes her space again. Rips it up high. Jay Stewart says not today. Blanchfield picks up the rebound. Stewart makes the hit. Stewart gets beat out. Huge beat from Jess Lee. Matt Mertens wants to go at speed. He's going in. He rips it to Freed. Freed is beat out. Good read there from Bryant.
And what a series of beats on that play. First, Jess Lee stopping the breakaway by UTSA, and then again behind the hoops, preventing Harvard from scoring on the beat from UTSA. Excellent beater play there.
Good stop there for the Roadrunners. Stewart's going to carry this one up. Blackwood left side option. Oh, trade of beats there with Chen. Blackwood driving in. Oh, goes up high. The pass is fumbled by Goivea. And it's going to be awarded to Harvard here in the hands of Anna Blanchfield. Sosa and Goivea, neither could come down with it, as actually Sosa was beat. And Blanchfield is moving with speed again. This Harvard team shows run. Freed going through. Bryant receives the dodgeball pass. Freed rips it rim high out. And Niels Mertens is unable to get it before it goes out of bounds.
And that was a case of Harvard wanting to go fast, but not quite able to convert on that shot by Leo going just over the goal.
Yep, Tijerina now, dodgeball in hand for UTSA. They still only have one against Chen and Lee here. Blackwood keeping it slow, moving up. Tijerina wants to beat on Chen. They're posturing at each other. No throws yet. Oh, there's throw. Chen catch. Press here. Lee presses. The quad ball goes to Stewart. Stewart's going to get passed by Chen. He jumps. He's beat out. Oh, but Goivea caught it. It was blocked out in front. I don't know if it was Mertens or Freed. Blackwood hit the ground hard. Mac Mertens picks it up. He's running. He has Lee in front of him to make some beats. Blackwood gets back. The floated pass to Mac Mertens. Oh, Jay Stewart launched himself into that. The AR's hand went in the air. Mac Mertens went down hard, and Jay Stewart's going to receive a yellow for this one.
Jay Stewart prone to get some cards. He picked up all three in their first game against Creighton and ended up going on a red. He's got to be careful here already on one early in this game.
The crowd wants the refs to let the kids play, but I think it's good for them to keep control of it early. It was a pretty clear launch from Jay Stewart. Max Semigran is now going to come in to replace Niels Mertens, and the quad ball should be in the hands of Semigran, although Blackwood will be right in his face. Meanwhile, Tijerina is right on top of Lee. We'll see if there's any contact between those two as UTSA looks to get control back. No dodgeballs back.
Blackwood being immune can make it stop here, but
oh, pass from Mertens. 2-0 Harvard.
Excellent pass there, finding the open keeper right on the hoops and able to score.
Harvard chant on the sidelines. Tijerina can't hear his bench because of how loud the crowd is right now. We'll see if that becomes a factor later. Chen wants the block, goes for the throw, the pass. Bryant catches the dodgeball pass. Good play there from UTSA to not get pressed. And then Bryant makes the beat, makes another catch. And Blackwood, meanwhile, goes in all the way by himself, hits it through. He had Sosa there as well, didn't need her. UTSA opens their account 2-1 Harvard.
And what an excellent play there to, rather than recycle, make the throw, catch, and then recycle to ensure not only control, but also the goal for UTSA.
Fantastic play there from Bryant to win control. Chen makes the beat on Tijerina. He just backs right up. Leo Freed, meanwhile, is going to be marked by Matt Blackwood. Goes through, gets beat over the head of Mac Mertens, and that's a throwaway from Harvard. UTSA here with a chance to tie.
And UTSA's beaters have really shown out after getting beat out, frankly, in their regional by Texas. They have shown up to play here today at Nationals.
Yeah, their first few possessions, they looked bad against Chen and Lee, but in the last few, they've looked very, very good. Blackwood coming up slowly, far side. Stewart top option. Goivea back corner. Sosa is the option on the right side. Chen posturing. Oh, missed beat there from Tijerina. No, it hit Semigran. Oh, the floated pass. It went through. Blackwood bar down. 2-2.
And those floated passes over the hoops are a staple of the UTSA offense, but sometimes they go in just like that.
Mertens, oh, Freed was beat way before. Great read from those UTSA beaters. And now UTSA, with a few stops and a few goals, have a chance to take their first lead of this championship match.
And this has been an incredible run for UTSA here. Most teams tend to back down when Harvard jumps on them like this, but UTSA has fought back hard.
Kroll now in for Blanchfield. Semigrin in on hoops. Chen cannot make the catch. Tiarina and he make a trade. Bryant's going to win control here. Blackwood can't get through Mac Mertens. Passes instead to Sosa. Chen working on Bryant. Nothing home. Oh, crazy catch from Chen. And then the beat on Bryant. Sosa now moving right. Gets it to Stewart. Chen. Oh, makes another beat. Harvard can press here. Stewart immediately uses the reset. And David Chen is showing out right now for Harvard.
What an incredible play, just taking over the possession there by Chen.
Stewart back across half. No resets left for UTSA. Trying to work with Bryant to make sure there's not a second press. Mertens coming out of his zone up high. Sosa up top option. It goes to her. Sosa working against Mertens here. Mertens hand in the air. Misbeat from Chen. Finally a mistake from him. Oh, and he's clear. Black ball though awarded. It's not going to be a Chen ball. Stewart drives through, goes right, shoots left. UTSA in the lead 3-2.
The great beat there behind the hoops to beat out Jess Lee before she was able to stop the shot. And Chen can't quite take the swipe.
Mertens across half to Kroll. Freed. Blackwood read that all the way, so it went to Mertens instead, marked by Goivea, back up to Blanchfield. Gottesman now in for his first minutes this game, replacing Chen. Freed, moving right. Semigrin, the corner option there. Back to Kroll. Kroll backs up, marked by Goivea to Mertens. Mac Mertens passes this time to Semigrin behind. Semigrin right back to Mertens. Mertens over the top to Freed, too high. Freed in a race with Stewart. Freed knocks it out of bounds. That's going to be UTSA ball.
We'll see what they say it's off of. They're giving
We
it to
had
Harvard.
a better vantage point than the refs. The refs definitely got that one wrong, but they can't be everywhere at once. Leo Freed is going to get an inbound here. He does right to Kroll. Lee has Tiarina wrapped up. That's going to win control for Harvard. Kroll just went around the corner, threw after beat though, and that's going to be a UTSA stop.
And an excellent play by Lee there to gain control. Well, sometimes you can get it through a catch, like we've seen many times using catches to gain control, but the physicality from Lee there able to give the Harvard an advantage.
For those of you who don't know Jess Lee's game, she's an extremely physical player. Blackwood streaking up the pitch, beat by Gottesman. Unforced error there from Blackwood, going by himself against two dodgeballs.
Yeah, you do not want to go that fast there, especially when two players who can throw very well on the beater game. Just not a smart.
Gottesman out, Martinez in chaser game. And Richard Zhu now in with Gottesman in the black headband. Still control with Harvard. Kroll drives right, goes right through Goivea. Kroll backs it up though. Didn't want to go against Stewart. Goes high, Martinez. Nice little push there from Tiarina on Gottesman. Gottesman beats him for his efforts. Kroll back to Martinez, working up high. Leo Freed in the back right. Instead, it goes to Niels Mertens now back into this game. Good to see him back after the injury scare earlier. Bradley Himes into the game, dodgeball in hand for the first time for UTSA. Mertens really patient here, going to find his beaters. Gets it to Kroll. One hoop down here for the Harvard offense. Freed doesn't care. Alley-oop. 3-3. Leo Freed on the feed from Anne-Sophie Kroll. Huge goal.
We might see a delayed penalty here. It looked like there was a push away from the play, though, on the off-ball chasers. We'll see what the call is. But what an excellent pass there from Freed and the finish as well.
Yeah, Kroll, a great pass to Freed. We saw him hit many alley-oops in the semifinals here earlier on this pitch. Ref crew talking it over now.
And that will negate the goal. They're going to call.
There'll be a yellow card on Martinez. And like you said, that will negate the goal. So UTSA is going to maintain their 3-2 lead on Harvard.
Yeah, by the small hoops, there was a push away from the ball. And the away from ball push is going to be illegal contact for contacting a player without a ball.
So Martinez will be in the box for 1 minute or until UTSA scores, whichever is first. UTSA Moving slowly, Blackwood far side with the quad ball. Jay Stewart near side option. Goivea behind left side. Sosa behind right. Himes backing up. Blackwood gets it to Goivea. I think the beat missed her, but she just threw the quad ball. Freed picks it up. Stewart wants to bother him and is able to. Gets it out. Mertens now picks it up. Stewart's going to get beat out for his efforts by Richard Shue. Tiarina is hiding a dodgeball here. We'll see if Harvard picks it up. Pretty dangerous position for him, but so he elects to throw it back to Himes.
Excellent job on forcing the no-beat situation there by Harvard and getting a turnover off it.
Harvard killing time now. Mertens back up to Kroll. Zhu in front of her. Freed the right side option. Gottesman working with Tiarina here. Tiarina trying to get control. Good beat from Gottesman. Meanwhile, Mertens is being marked by Blackwood. Harvard content to kill time. Kroll to Freed. Gottesman in front of Freed. Goivea marking Freed. Himes with the one dodgeball. The penalty is killed. Martinez is back in. Kroll over to Freed. Freed, Goivea in his face. Big beater contact. Tiarina back to hoops. And the finish is no good because Matt Mertens was beat out. Good read there by Bradley Himes. UTSA gets the stop.
And despite the contact, Harvard was able to get control out of that. Great play by Shue to recycle there.
Yeah, maintaining control there against Tiarina. And we're going to get another sub in at beater for UTSA to work with Bradley Himes. Joseph Orduno, that other beater in for UTSA. Bradley Himes pumps fakes. Trade of beats there. UTSA is going to win control. Stewart working on Mertens. Went right, shot left, no good. And that ball went out of bounds. UTSA still only up 3-2.
And a good trade offensively for UTSA in the beater game. Getting control there, especially against a team like Harvard that can really take over the game from a beater perspective. Really important as Harvard takes timeout.
Harvard takes their one and only time out this game. I was about to say, for those of you familiar with Harvard's game, you might be wondering where a familiar face is. Felix Bulwo was injured in the semifinal. I was unsure if he would be able to play in this here final, but I don't believe he is, as he's not made his way into the game in the first 8 or 10 minutes.
Really unfortunate loss for them.
Bulwo, a cog for that Harvard team. Meanwhile, UTSA, who trailed 2-0 in this game, has gone on a 3-0 run, and neither side has scored in a few moments besides the one Leo Freed goal that was taken back off the board. UTSA up 3-2. Corey, with Harvard calling this timeout, what do you think head coach Ethan Sturm is telling his team?
Well, I think the first thing has to be for the beaters to settle down. I mean, that errant throw that allowed UTSA to gain control there for a team that relies on control as much as Harvard does, it's unacceptable. And then in the chaser game, I think it's just going to be shorter passes. Those long passes are very easy to pick off for a very athletic UTSA chasing core.
Yeah, the UTSA defense loves to pick off passes in their 2-2 zone. Meanwhile, I think your message stands in the UTSA huddle. UTSA likes to play fast, but slow down, calm down, take a breath. We know it's the championship game. We don't need any silly mistakes.
And this is a case of two teams where, especially UTSA, has very little championship experience. I believe a couple of players on Harvard have played in the MLQ championship with the Boston Forge, but no one on the UTSA team plays on that Austin team.
I'm not sure anyone on the Harvard roster saw minutes in a championship at MLQ, but certainly some regional championship experience. Niels Mertens passes to Anne-Sophie Kroll. Freed is going to be the right side option here. Zhu and Gottesman looking to get control. Zhu with dodgeball with Gottesman behind, working on Himes and Arduino. Martinez, far side, marked heavily there by Blackwood, gets the pass off to Mertens. Mertens is going to cut right through. Stewart lost him, but then Stewart picked it up, knocked it in the air. Blackwood won the jumping contest, is running the other way. No dodgeballs back. No one's faster on this field than Matt Blackwood. And he puts UTSA up to 4-2.
Excellent vision by Blackwood to see that not only were there no beaters left, but there was not a single chaser in front of him. And there's nothing that Matt Blackwood does better than run in the open pitch.
Stewart, last second adjustment, he lost the quad ball, threw his hand up at the last second to knock it up high, and that led to the goal. Not what Harvard would have wanted coming out of their timeout. Niels Mertens has it far side. Pump fake down the corner. Instead goes back to Blanchfield at the top. Freed now with it. Kroll running a cross pattern in the back. Goivea marking Freed back to Blanchfield. And then over to Mertens. Cortez into the game for the first time. Player coach for UTSA in green. Kroll now with it behind. Takes the space. Hits Mertens. Not much doing here for Harvard. They're looking to win control. Himes beats out Freed. Gottesman tries to win control off of it and can't. And then an errant pass from Niels Mertens over the head of Kroll is going to give UTSA a stop and a chance to go up 3.
And like you said, really not what Harvard wants to see out of that timeout. The passing still being an issue for them, especially considering Harvard, again, a very good passing team traditionally.
It definitely looked like they were trying to kill time there for their beaters to work more than score a goal. And while control is important for them, down 2, you can't really give up offensive possessions without getting a good look. Orduno and Himes control, walking Cortez up the pitch. Stewart left side option. Sosa right side. Cortez goes right down the middle, gets past Mertens, is wrapped up by Leo Freed, and Mertens picks it up.
And an excellent play by the UTSA beaters to
Christian Cortez is down. It was a tough hit. Immediately back to his feet. Think he'll take an injury sub here. So Blackwood, not a whole lot of rest for him as Cortez is going to come out.
but like I was saying, a great play on the 1.5 by UTSA to take out the Harvard beaters, but an even better tackle by the Harvard chasers.
Yep, Leo Freed showing why he's on DA, showing why he gets serious minutes for the New York Titans last season. And Mertens in green in the zone cannot be messed with by UTSA here. Zhu ignoring Stewart. Stewart here is going to go for it. Oh, and Sophie Kroll with the pump fake. Gets Stewart all over the place. Stewart immediately from behind. And that is going to be Jay Stewart's second yellow card for still relatively early in this game. And as UTSA, one of their star quaffle players, one of their star seekers, UTSA could be in serious trouble.
And this is the second time in the tournament that Stewart's gotten into early foul trouble against Creighton. They were able to overcome it. Can they do it again here against Harvard?
Stewart is going to have to learn to play a little bit more cautiously. That penalty was not needed. He was all by himself. I'm not sure what a turnover would have done there for UTSA. Blanchfield, meanwhile, playing catch with Kroll. Polk now in the green headband, mostly been beating this semester. Kroll again makes Blackwood miss and puts it through. And Sophie Kroll is making Stewart and Blackwood look like absolutely average defenders.
And those an absolutely lethal pump fake there from Kroll. Really difficult to make defenders like those two jump and just consistently able to get them in the air to take those free shots.
And Sophie Kroll putting together a highlight reel for herself right now. She wants to send that into USNTDA. I think they might want to take a look. But there is going to be a yellow card on Daniel Gottesman in the dodgeball game. We'll see here if it negates the goal. It would be Harvard's second negated goal if it does. So I think it was after the goal. It's not going to affect that. It's going to remain 4-3 here. Although a dodgeball power play for UTSA should be a really good opportunity to score with just Zhu back. And no dodgeball for him. No dodgeballs back for Harvard at all. Blackwood with speed going through. Polk with a huge wrap. Blackwood gets out of it. Freed goes for the wrap. He finds Goivea. Goivea puts it home. UTSA reestablishes their 2-goal lead.
And the back-to-back spins by Blackwood really shook all the defenders in the pass to Goivea, who was able to just dunk it in. Great play.
Zhu being pulled out. Gottesman now in. Going to be Gottesman and Richard Chen. Kroll to Blanchfield. Kroll going to sub herself out now. Semigrin in. Polk getting it back to Blanchfield. Blanchfield back to Polk. Polk finishes through Sosa. 5-4 UTSA.
And you can see on that play the amount of gravity that Leo Freed has. Even though he was nowhere near the ball, the UTSA beaters went to tap him out well behind the play.
Blackwood again with speed as Chen was called back to hoops. No dodgeballs. Blackwood gets around Freed. Cannot get around Semigrin. Gets rid of it. UTSA taking around the corner. Molman again gets beat out. That's no good. No good. It was beat before. It's no good. All the ARs saw that. UTSA is going to have, they're going to reward it back. We'll see. Discussion. I believe if it's no good, the quad ball is still going to be live and Blackwood should be able to pick it up. It'll just be a reset used.
We will see what Canto calls here.
No good. 5-4 remains the score here in favor of UTSA. And a huge break for Harvard is Leo Freed. Nope. Ian Polk is going to be Ian Polk is going to be rewarded this quad ball here.
And an excellent call rewarding a great beat from behind after recovering the ball from out of bounds.
Scoreboard confirming it's no good. Again, the score is 5-4. Polk, I believe, playing keeper minutes because Bulwa is unavailable right now. Shannon Gottesman looking to get control back. T. Harina is back into this game along with Bryant, the starters for UTSA in the bludger game, dodgeball game. Blanchfield cuts left, gets it to Polk. Polk marked by Goivea up high. Polk cross court to Freed. Blackwood can't read it. Goes over his head. Freed is beat out. He passed before. Blanchfield recovers, gets it to Polk. Polk driving in, driving right. Oh, no look pass to Martinez. Martinez unable to handle it though, and that's going to be a recovery for UTSA.
And within the beater game there, oh, we got a card here.
We have a card here. We'll see what it's for and who it's on. And that's going to be on the UTSA chaser. Let's see here what the call is. That's Alyssa Villalba going to the box. Contact from behind is the call. Martinez has it in hand. Oh, it does manage to float a pass. Chad is going to try to recover a kick from Blackwood. And Blanchfield recovers. Great heads-up play there from Harvard. The block from Blanchfield. The pass to Freed. Freed has Chen in front. Chen can't beat Blackwood. Oh, but he finds Polk. And Polk stuffs it home over Goiva 5-5.
And what a play there by the Harvard Chasers, not only getting the pass over, but then blocking the beat, able to set up a score there from their two stars.
Blanchfield really setting that one up. And Polk doesn't look like he's missed a beat in the chaser game after playing so many minutes with the black headband on this semester. Molman now with it up top. Blackwood, far side, going to be marked by Polk, wants to go through, and Polk, again with the wrap, takes him down! Leo Freed picks it up and runs. I think they're going to card Polk for that. I'm not sure why. Stewart spun it, or Blackwood spun into it. But we're going to discuss here. Canto, head referee, gets final say, and he definitely put his hand up quickly. No, it was a clean hit from Polk. It was Chen with the card. And Harvard's beaters with some cards. Gottesman earlier, Chen now. We'll see if that's a quad ball turnover. It's definitely a dodgeball turnover. T. Harina and Bryant here rewarded control, and Jay Stewart is given the quad ball, or Matt Blackwood rather, is given the quad ball with a shot at the hoop, nothing in his way.
No one in front of him, should be an easy shot here for Matt.
A diving attempt from Leo Freed is what I expect. No, Blackwood doesn't shoot it. And it didn't go through. It ripped down and the hoop fell down. But he finds his teammate. Goivea puts it home. 6-5, UTSA reestablishes their lead.
And great job by Goivea of not going back when the ball appeared to be down, staying in her spot right on the hoops, able to take the pass and finish.
Blanchfield from Polk. Gottesman going to sub out now. Jess Lee back into the game. Niels Mertens into the game as well. Leo Frieda subbed out, I believe, because it's almost 20 minutes and he needs to put the yellow headband on. Martinez now. Martinez being marked heavily by Goivea. Oh, is beat out. Not pass after Mertens. That was also not called pass after. Lee guarding it. Polk. Lee is beat out. Good beat from Bryant. Good beat from Chen. UTSA can't get control. Polk, meanwhile, floats it to Semigren. Semigren being marked by Molman. Gets it to Polk.
And after spending so much energy in the beater game, there's no beaters back.
Polk keeps it in. Molman can't make the hit. Beater back. Throws it to Mertens. Mertens gets beat out. He didn't see the beater. And UTSA gets the stop beaters back into the play. That was Javier Tijerina with the stop. UTSA again trying to go up 2 here as we approach 20 minutes.
And great hustle by Tijerina after getting Jess Lee out, getting back behind the hoops and making multiple beats to force a turnover.
Blackwood and Stewart now both off the field for UTSA. Wyatt is in. Ball goes to Molman from Goivea. Molman gets around Polk. Pump fake. Niels Mertens goes up. Molman goes higher. UTSA up 2, 7-5.
And Tijerina is playing out of his mind right now, whipping the beat and forcing Harvard into a disadvantageous position with their beaters.
Mac Mertens takes the quad ball. I think Harvard got away with one there as their keeper subbed out before the quad ball was live. Mac Mertens Moving slowly forward, Jessley in front. Chen with no dodgeball being looked off by T. Harina and Bryant. Mac Merton still dancing. Ross and Govea up high. Oh, gets it to Martinez, who was not expecting that. Calm here for Harvard. Oh, Chen with a good play. Is not going to be able to win control. Good attempt, though. Mertens now again with it at the top of the key. Niels Mertens up high option. Semigrin deep in the corner. It goes there. Met immediately. Oh, Semigrin just finishes through everyone. Semigrin makes it 7-6 UTSA. And then Mertens heavily up top, but Wyatt got rid of it.
And an incredible series of beat by Jess Lee in order to open that up for Harvard.
Molman, slow. UTSA still control. Bryant, T. Harina, corner. That's Wyatt. Wyatt gets it around the corner. I believe that's Villalba. Oh, and she puts it home. The look off. The look off, and UTSA goes back up two.
And an excellent beat by Bryant to beat out the chaser that was guarding that small hoop in order
Confirmed
to open
Alyssa Villalba there. UTSA just ran a sub while the whistle was down, and none of the refs caught it. That's certainly not allowed. It's really not affecting play, but they really should make Maltman go back out onto the field here.
The second technically illegal substitution of the game.
Yeah, one for each side now. Lee beats out T. Harina. Bryant's going to try to keep control here from Chen. Good beat on Chen. Harvard is not going to be able to maintain control here or win control here. Hofstad now to this game for her first minutes. Crossing route in the back. Niels Mertens now up top as Mac Mertens is beat out. Mertens looks off. Hofstad immediately beat by Bryant. And UTSA gets the stop with a chance to go up 3 right before 20 minutes.
And a good tap beat on the chasers there to make sure that they could not recover after the excellent long beat by UTSA.
Castillo up top, looking to receive the pass from Wyatt. Not there yet. Bryant in front of Castillo. Bradley Himes back into the game in front of Wyatt. Said Wyatt goes to the corner. I believe that's Goivea again. She goes through. It gets beat out by Lee. The pass goes to the top. Castillo. Semmergren wins it. And that is the 20-minute stoppage. The reason there was a whistle there, Semmergren maintained control of the quad ball. That is a turnover. And because we're at 20 minutes, we're going to hit the break. So at 20 minutes, UTSA has 8. Harvard has 6. The set score will be 14. A flag runner catch is worth 3 points. A catch for Harvard would obviously be huge here and pull them right back into this game. We'll have to see what both teams elect to do with their dodgeballs.
And both teams have two of the best seeking talents in this game in Leo Freed and Jay Stewart. So the beaters are going to have to be locked in if they don't want the opponents to catch within the first 20 seconds.
Yep, and I think with all the dodgeballs in the flag runner game, that could be a pretty big advantage for UTSA. Harvard's been able to be physical, but I think UTA just has a little bit more speed, a little bit more physicality, at least from the fact that they're more able to finish through tackles than Harvard is, especially with Freed not in the quad ball game.
Yeah, and while Stewart is definitely a hit for their quad ball game on UTSA, Matt Blackwood is a much better chaser than anyone on the Harvard roster. So that will be a huge advantage for them to have the dodgeballs pulled out.
I think Freed would give him a run for his money, but Freed's not going to be in the quad ball game when we restart here.
Sorry, yes, that's what I meant. Remaining after you take out the 2 seekers.
Meanwhile, Jay Stewart is sitting on 2 yellows. Seeker yellow cards are a very uncommon occurrence, but it's something to keep an eye on as Matt Cooper, our flag runner, is quite an elite one at that, has much experience in MLQ, much experience at quad ball championships. And we'll see which team can catch him, if any.
The teams are turning to their brooms to restart play, and the final stretches of this collegiate championship here at US Quadball Cup 2023 are ready to get underway.
Yep, so UTSA catches in their last 2 games. Harvard did not catch against Sam Houston, ended up down late, but were able to make the stops and scores they needed. This is going to be an interesting start in here as Semigrin is completely surrounded by UTSA players. See if he can get it off to Niels Mertens.
Fight here for the dodgeball over by the hoops.
Dodgeball on the ground there. Semmergren gets it to Mertens. Not a reset use because it was the first thing after a whistle in. Himes is beat out. Control is with Harvard. Mertens goes straight through. Met by Wyatt. Goes to Hosted. Hosted finish. Strong finish beat before. Bryant made the beat, and a good thing he did because Hosted finished really nicely as Lee and Gottesman look to set up a wall and give Freed the time he needs to catch. Meanwhile, Mertens has a wrap. Ball is out. Castillo now picks it up for UTSA. Castillo far side met by Kroll. Gets around the corner on Kroll through the corner. Shoots and hits it. UTSA up 3-9-6.
And both the Seekers had a one-on-one chance, but neither was able to take advantage as both had to return to hoops and are now returning. But two Harvard beaters are guarding the Seeker.
Sosa, another hit to the UTSA quad ball game as she is in to beat. Gottesman, great catch. Great catch from Gottesman. Leo Freed with chances on Cooper here. And they forget Leo. There were no beaters in the area. That was clean. You can tell Cooper does not like that he was caught that fast. But Leo Freed has tied this one up quickly. We are tied at 9, and both teams are going to be playing until 5.
And Leo Freed shows why he is on the Developmental Academy, shows why he is known as one of the best chasers and seekers in the country. What a dive, what a play, puts Harvard right back into this game, and it's 5 to go for both.
After Freed failed to catch against Sam Houston, Freed came into the Quaffle game and put the team on his back. He took it personally that he could not catch last time. Once again, he's put the team on his back. I would expect him to see him back in a white headband almost immediately here. And meanwhile, Harvard has quad ball, a chance to score with control now. Bludger dodgeballs back into the play. Sosa immediately subbing out now that flag runner is done. Mertens dancing against Blackwood, gets it deep to Hofstad. Hofstad rips it over Polk's head. That's out of bounds. Bad opportunity missed there for Harvard.
And Sosa hustling to get a white headband on. Let's see how quickly they can get her back into the quad ball game.
And Jay Stewart, foul trouble or not, is back into this game wearing white.
And Sosa is back into chase.
UTSA going to their A lineup here. 3 DA players. Lee able to maintain control here. Gottesman could beat Himes and run a press if they want. And he does. Gottesman with the beat. Sosa, cross court, Stewart. Lee can't get the dodge off. Gets it to Blackwood. Blackwood to the beat. Gottesman from range. Oh, Polk finishes. Harvard takes the lead 10-9.
And what a beater press from Harvard. They decided that they are going to take this game over with their beaters, and that is exactly what they did right there.
Leo Freed says, I got the catch. Polk, you get the goal, and I'll put myself back in. Niels Mertens is subbed out. Leo Freed is now in on the hoop defense with Kroll. And UTSA, where everything was going up their way, they were up 3, now suddenly are finding themselves down.
What a swing play for Harvard.
Blackwood far side, marked by Polk. Polk cannot be beat in the zone. Blackwood goes around the corner. Polk stays with him. Polk gets a hand on him. He gets through. Blackwood, no good. Ball's on the ground. Polk picks it up. I think we're going to talk about it. I don't think Blackwood was beat. I think it's a discussion about whether or not it went through past Leo Freed's hands. We'll catch our breaths here for a second as Andrew Canto is about to tell us what's happening. No call, Harvard ball. Harvard with a stop, a chance to go up 2.
The beaters gunning for each other right away.
Yep. Orduno manages to win control. Lee is just racing for it. Mac Mertens far side, working on Blackwood. Floats it to Freed. Freed gets the finish. The beat was no good from Orduno. And Freed immediately comes in. He has 4 points in the last 2 minutes.
And ever since that one goal for UTSA out of the play, it has been a 5-0 run for Harvard. And they are getting dangerously close here to the set score. And UTSA is forced to take a timeout.
UTSA calls a timeout. They were running their beater subs. UTSA needs to take a deep breath. Very suddenly, they need 5 goals to Harvard's 3. The crowd firmly behind Harvard here. A lot of Northeast teams have stuck around to watch the finals as they're locals to this championship. And Harvard's bench is feeling really good right now.
And for the first time, Harvard head coach Ethan Sturm looking a little bit excited, hyping up the Northeast corner of this crowd, trying to get them more into it as Harvard takes control of this game. Only 3 more goals to go for Harvard to secure a national championship. Meanwhile, UTSA trying to talk it over, find something for this beater press, and come back.
Yep. So the first thing UTSA is going to do is go back to T, Hurina, and Bryant. That's what they were doing as the timeout was called. But I think the big thing for UTSA is, as we've said so far, calm down. This game is not done. UTSA is able to come from behind and win. They've gone on huge runs this game. Being down 2 is not the end of the world. Meanwhile, Harvard is saying UTSA doesn't know what to do. UTSA does not have a non-playing coach. Let's keep that pace high and not let them think.
Yeah, especially with that beater press that, frankly, UTSA hasn't had an answer for. They've only had control for a brief moment since the Seekers were released.
So again, as we come back live, the score is 11-9 in favor of Harvard. The set score is 14. Harvard already has the flag runner catch, so it's just goals from here on out. Blackwood is going to start now. Green headband with the quad ball. Stewart, Sosa, and I believe Alyssa Villalba are the chasers in now. And again, Tijerina and Bryant in with control for UTSA. Tijerina immediately goes behind, trying to really make Harvard's defense turn around. Goddison's going to mark him. Stewart directing Tijerina now. Stewart marked by Polk, who cannot be beat in the zone. Stewart, left, right, dodges the beat, puts it home. Jay Stewart, 11-10.
And once again, the UTSA beaters have made an adjustment to try to target those hoops chasers and open up free shots for their chasers.
Freed beat out before this play can get started. Polk passes to Kroll.
And Tijerina using a lot of energy to keep Freed out of this game. Definitely the correct decision, but I'm wondering how much of an energy hit that is taking for him.
It looks like the call from the UTSA bench might have been take out Leo Freed at all costs. Nobody else is going to score. But Leo Freed gets it. Got to smooth the beat. Leo Freed top hoop 12-10.
And what a shot! That angle is a very difficult shot to make, but that puts them only 2 away for the championship.
Bryant took himself out of the play, trying to beat Matt Mertens. Matt Mertens made a beeline for the far sideline, and that gave Freed the opportunity. Harvard needs 2. UTSA needs 4. Trading of goals now works in Harvard's favor.
Something being said between the beaters.
Yeah, Bryant Tijerini working with Sosa and Blackwood to try to get a goal here. 1.5. Jess Lee gets around it. Gottesman sets the pick. Blackwood through. Sosa can't finish over lead. Leo Freed got the wrap, got the block, and got the catch all in one motion. Leo Freed, are you kidding me?
Wow, that was one of the most athletic things I've ever seen on a quad ball pitch.
Leo Freed can taste this championship, and he will not rest until it is his. Jay Stewart pressuring high, no dodgeballs here. Jess Lee finally into the play as Freed slowly up the pitch. Tijerini playing high. Beats out Freed. Freed's beat out. Kroll, first one there. Lee and Gottesman are going to be able to maintain control. There were no chasers in the area for UTSA, so no trouble for Harvard. Polk still in this game. Huge minutes for him and Freed.
And a rash beat for Tijerina.
Yep, Gottesman taken down by Tijerina. But Polk gets it. Polk working on Stewart.
And that is going to be net contact on Tijerina on the tackle, trying to get control back from Gottesman.
Another beater foul. It looks like this one's now going to go the opposite direction of the first few. And on a beater power play, Harvard is going to be able to pull themselves within 1.
And just a series of incredibly irrational plays by Tijerina. First, taking the trade when they had no beater support and allowing Harvard to maintain control, and then putting themselves down a player in a situation where they only have to give up 2 goals and lose this championship game.
Polk here behind UTSA. Hoops starting with it. Has Freed as an option. Bryant dodgeball in hand. Blackwood also on Hoops. Oh, overshoots Freed. Freed is able to keep it in. No reset used. Gottesman takes the hit. It gets beat out. He was trying to beat out Bryant. Run a 1.5 here. Jess Lee now running into this play. Again, beater power play for Harvard. Pump fake from Lee. Nothing doing there. Kroll now from Mertens. Kroll to Freed. The no look. Freed back to Kroll. Kroll back. Oh, Freed. Blackwood blocks it. Gottesman is back though. And Freed with the crazy defense. He hits the ground. Oh, the Gottesman beat doesn't fall. And Alyssa Villalba puts UTSA back within 1, 12-11.
And all of a sudden, that turnover makes this game feel a lot closer than it was about 30 seconds ago.
Richard Chen back into this game, black headband, along with Anna Blanchfield. Leo Freed, right side, back to Blanchfield at the top. McMurton's far side, Polk near side corner.
And it looks like UTSA is getting ready to kill off this power play. Only a few seconds left in the box.
Yep.
And he's out.
UTSA back to full strength. Blanchfield dancing, hits Polk on the cut. Polk with a spin, dodges the beat, puts it up. With the goal. Harvard within one, 13-11.
And this is championship point now for Harvard. What a play by Polk. Going down, dodging the beat, and finishing while falling down.
Bryant could not make it connect. A terrible chain of events there for UTSA. Harvard now just needs one. UTSA needs three. Blackwood slow across half court. Tiarini back into this play. Sosa to Stewart, left side. Goiva behind. Chen and Lee beat out in one throw. Stewart working around Polk. Kick it through. Oh, finds Villalba. Blocked. That was goaltending. Leo Freed, used to wearing green, was not. Blocked it through the hoop. That's going to count for UTSA.
Now, but even with that goal, only being 1 point away, with beater control, with one of the best keep beating cores in the nation and Leo Freed on their side, Harvard could taste this championship.
No dodgeballs back for UTSA. 2 on the ground, 1 in the hand of Richard Chen. As you said, if that goal was good, give it to Ian Polk, put Chen in front of him, and they can run a fast break down to win this D1 championship. The goal is good. It was goaltending by Harvard, 13-12.
And there's no one home, like you said, for UTSA.
Harvard should recognize this. Ethan Sturm has been able to tell Polk. Stewart is right in his face. Chen is going to have to get in front of that.
Sosa can also make a hit.
Chen instead opts for control.
Down him again, Stewart!
Is stripped by Stewart. Blanchfield first on it. Gets it to Freed. Freed now running around Villalba. Stewart takes it away. Jay Stewart takes it away. And Leo Freed with the mistake. Leo Freed immediately with the card. And Jay Stewart says, Leo Freed, you're not the only one on DA.
And Jay Stewart has just taken this game and turned it on its head. UTSA backed against the wall with a fast break. No one back has managed to turn this into a power play and a chance to bring it to a championship and goal to go opportunity of their own.
Richard Chen was also not able to maintain control there. So really an unforced error from Chen. Might have been able to run the goal. Bryant now working. Stewart going up. Stewart, oh, Kroll! Blanchfield knocked it down. Stewart first to it. And Ian Polk hit the ground hard. There's an injury stoppage from Ian Polk. He's going to need to sub out. But Anna Blanchfield, with the knockdown on that pass, preventing UTSA from scoring on their power play.
Oh,
Ian Polk is not being asked to sub off. But whatever the contact was, Harvard gets the stop. So again, Harvard needs 1. UTSA needs 2. Polk and Green cannot be beat there.
And Jay Stewart incredibly lucky on that play. If that was an illegal contact, that he did not get his 3rd yellow.
Matt Blackwood, yes. Matt Blackwood is just beat back to hoops by Jess Lee. Blanchfield now with it. Niels Mertens gets the ball now. Other option is Polk, Freed in the box. Jess Lee guarding here. Blanchfield, just throws it away right to Blackwood. Blackwood slow though with Lee back. Blackwood now with momentum. Lee gets hit hard. Jay Stewart, he can't go. He went for the style points and missed. Blackwood, meanwhile, does put it home. Blackwood finishes through Mertens. This one is tied at 13. Both teams are at full strength. The next goal wins. Ian Polk slowly dodgeballs with UTSA. They're looking to press high. Tiarini backs it off. Blanchfield now with it. Blanchfield moving slowly up. Freed right, Mertens left. Polk behind. Gets it to Mertens. Mertens is going to look to find Freed here. And first he goes to Polk. Polk driving around. Villalba, great hit. Polk knocked down. UTSA with their 3rd stop in a row. UTSA. Goivea falls on it. Jay Stewart with a chance to win this game for UTSA.
And with only 1 beater back, can they take advantage of the fact that they have control? UTSA with a chance to win the championship. Can they do it?
Stewart moving up. Tijerini wants to blow it up. Stewart, oh, makes Polk miss. Puts it up. Jay Stewart, you and UTSA are the D1 collegiate champions.
And UTSA with an improbable run, taking down the favorites Creighton, taking down the Great Lakes champions, and now taking down Harvard after being down 3 at Golden Goal. UTSA has come back to take this championship for themselves as the entire Southwest celebrates with them.
UTSA made 3 goal-to-win stops in a row to defeat Harvard. That makes it a clean sweep of the collegiate championships for the Southwest and Texas, as Texas State took the D2 title. Jay Stewart being lifted onto the shoulders of the Southwest as they're going to head into the tunnel. We'll come back. We're going to try to get Jay Stewart for an interview, and then we'll have the club finals with you right after that. Hello, everyone. I am Keegan Remy Miller here at USQuadball Cup 2023 with national champion Jay Stewart.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jay, you and UTSC just won the title. UTSA just won the title. How does it feel?
I'm still in shock. Just throughout the season, like starting from Diamond Cup, losing the Creighton, ever since that drove us. Like every practice, we worked on our defense. We started moving the ball around, rotations. Um, and it came all the way to nationals today, where I got a red card in the Creighton game, but I trusted my team in the depth. We were able to get the upset, and then at Michigan, we just played our game, and then Harvard, we just never backed down.
So against Harvard, I want to highlight. I believe you had 3 stops in a row where if Harvard
Yeah.
scored, they won,
Yeah.
and you every time made the stop. What was going through your head on defense?
They can't score. If they score, they win the game. Leo's a really great player from Harvard. He pulled a snitch against me. Great beaters on their side as well. But we just didn't back down at any time. We knew what we had to do, and we did it.
And then finally, streaking down the field, you're about to score the winning goal.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about it? What were you thinking
Of course. Oh, of course. I was like, how am I gonna get around it? Because
Yeah.
we had control, and I knew there was just one chaser in front of me, and if I got around him, the hoop was right there. And I did a little extra. I was kind of afraid I was gonna miss it, but it felt good. Like seeing it go in, and just everyone just yeah.
Well, thank you, Jay. Once again, congratulations to you and the entirety of UTSA.
Thank you.
Everyone else, we'll be back in just a moment with the club championship.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
And again, congratulations.